Inside the realm of skin, beneath the surface that we often take for granted, lies a world of tiny battles and biological processes that many of us encounter at some point in our lives. A pimple, that unwelcome visitor on our skin, is more than just a blemish. It's a tiny testament to the complex interplay of oil, bacteria, and dead skin cells. To understand what's inside a pimple, we must first delve into its formation. The story begins in the sebaceous glands, which are nestled in the dermis, the layer of skin beneath the surface. These glands produce sebum, an oily substance that helps to keep our skin moisturized. However, when these glands become overactive, often due to hormonal changes, stress, or even diet, they can produce excess sebum. This oil, combined with dead skin cells that naturally shed from our skin, can clog hair follicles. Imagine a tiny congested highway where traffic comes to a standstill. This is what happens in our pores. As the clogged pore becomes a breeding ground, bacteria known as Propionibacterium acnes, P. acnes, move in. These bacteria are usually harmless, but in a clogged pore, they multiply rapidly, triggering an inflammatory response from our immune system. This is where the pimple begins to take shape. The body sends white blood cells to the scene, creating a localized battle zone that manifests as redness, swelling, and ultimately, the formation of pus. The pus, a mixture of dead bacteria, white blood cells, and debris, is what fills the pimple. I remember the first time I encountered a pimple. I was 13, standing in front of the mirror, my heart racing as I spotted a small red bump on my forehead. It felt like a neon sign announcing to the world that I was entering the treacherous territory of adolescence. I tried to ignore it, but it was impossible. I felt self-conscious, my confidence waning with each passing day. The experience was not just about the physical presence of the pimple. It was a rite of passage, a shared experience among my peers. As I navigated through high school, I learned that skin issues were more common than I thought. Friends would share their own stories, from the relentless battle against acne to the frustration of stubborn blackheads. One of my closest friends, Sarah, had struggled with severe acne for years. She would often joke about her pizza face, masking her insecurity with humor. Yet, behind her laughter was a deep-seated anxiety about her appearance, especially during important events like prom. Pimples, while often trivialized, can have a profound impact on mental health. The stigma surrounding skin issues can make individuals feel isolated, as if they are the only ones grappling with their skin. In a world dominated by flawless Instagram filters and beauty standards, the raw reality of a pimple can feel like a personal failure. Yet, there is a silver lining. The journey through skin issues can foster resilience and empathy. As I grew older, I learned to embrace my imperfections. I began to understand that everyone has their own battles, whether visible or hidden. I started to appreciate the beauty and authenticity, recognizing that a pimple is merely a moment in time, a fleeting reminder of our humanity. The science behind a pimple is undeniably fascinating, but it is the personal stories and experiences that truly resonate. Each pimple is a small chapter in the larger narrative of our lives. They remind us that we are all imperfect beings, navigating a world that often prioritizes perfection. In the end, what lies beneath the skin is not just a mix of oil and bacteria, but a reflection of our shared human experience, a reminder that we are all in this together, one pimple at a time.